Welcome back to the Doorkickers player channel. This is mission 67, Zed's Auto Works. It is a warrant mission, which means that we have to arrest the suspect that has a warrant out on him. This is the breakdown video, and what we do here is we watch the replay just to familiarize ourselves with what's going on in the mission. And then we're going to watch a quick montage of all of my attempts of this mission. And for this mission, it took me about 50-ish minutes to just under 50 minutes, all of the attempts, and then the successful attempt was, I'd say, about took me about 10 minutes or so. But we're going to watch all of that on 100x speed, and then we're going to go into the breakdown, watch the successful attempt on 0.75 speed so that we can break it down and explain everything that's going on, talk about any observations that can be made, in hindsight, like if I made any mistakes or anything like that. So we're going to be talking all about that later on in the video in the breakdown portion. Enough said, let's go ahead and watch the replay.
Alpha, go.
Eyes on the target. Holding, moving. Eyes on the target. Moving. On target. Hands behind your back. Time to Primary target secured. No tangos. Got one.
Good job. We're done here.
All right, so that was an interesting one, but we'll get into all of that in the breakdown. Let's go ahead and watch a montage on 100x speed. All right, so that was about just under 50 minutes of gameplay. And this was an interesting one. So I tried a bunch of different routes. And one of the things that I tried was taking out all the tangos, and I was unsuccessful because I wasn't able to do it in the amount of time that it needed to be done in order to get 3 stars and do the mission successfully. So I opted to try and arrest the suspect and see if we can arrest the suspect and end the mission in the amount of time necessary. And then it turns out that I completed the mission by taking out all the tangos. So that was really interesting. It was something that I was not expecting, especially because the tango was in the Alpha Delta corner. And usually, when there's an outside space with a rescue zone and the operators start near the rescue zone or in the outside area, there usually aren't any tangos in that area. So I was pretty confused. But either way, I guess it works. So let's go ahead and start breaking it down. I'm just going to break down what we see here, and then we're going to play the video and start breaking down everything else. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing 2 teams of operators, Team 1 on the Delta side and Team 2 on the Alpha side, in the Alpha Center. And so let's talk about Team 2 for a second. So Team 2 is going to breach the interior first, and I'm not sure if they're throwing a flashbang or not, but it makes no difference because usually there are tangos right by the entrance, which makes it so difficult to breach the interior successfully. And if there aren't tangos by the entrance, there are tangos right around the corner. And if there aren't tangos right around the corner, there are tangos. There's at least 5 tangos or 4 tangos in the room in the Alpha Bravo corner, which made this mission super, super difficult. So what they're going to do is they're going to flow into the main hallway on the Alpha side, and then they're going to pass that corner, not flow into it. They're just going to pass it. They might actually flow. So I think they do flow, but they kind of flow past it. And the reason they're doing that is because of this concept that you see things on the opposite side quicker and you identify things on the opposite side quicker. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to go back and watch the videos because I'm not going to explain it right now. So they flow past this corner here and then go engage this Alpha Bravo room. Now, the Alpha Bravo room definitely has tangos. It doesn't matter how many times I restarted the mission, Alpha Bravo room has tangos. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a flashbang in there, and then one operator 1-1, is going to hook into that room and then come out to take down all the tangos that are in that Alpha Bravo room, and then join operator 2-2 in the hallway. Then operators from Team 2 are going to clear the Delta side of the interior. They're not going to clear anything else in the house. They're just going to clear the Delta side. Now, in these missions, a lot of times what will happen is tangos are attracted to noise. So once the operators start making noise, they are going to attract some tangos that are out and about in the interior of this building. And those tangos will try to engage the operators, and operator 2-2 will start engaging them first. And then once operator 2-1 joins him, they're going to be engaging those tangos from their position on the Delta side of the house. Now, Team 1, I think I've recorded this part what Team 1 does. So let's go ahead and play the video.
Lock and load.
All right, so what
Let's
Team
do
1 does
this.
is they will flow into this first garage on the Delta side,
Okay,
and then flow again into the second garage.
got it.
And then ideally they should also be flowing past this second car in the second garage. But then once they've passed that, and you can see I'm giving them like the wait for the alt clear, because there usually are tangos there. So I want them to pause and wait. Now, as you can see on the Alpha Bravo side, there are tangos right by the entrance, which always happens. And of course, there are also tangos in the second garage.
Holding for Alpha.
Alpha, go.
Holding.
You can see I'm kind of trying to make sure that Team 2 moves in sync and in formation. Now with Team 1, I have one operator moving first because we'll talk about that in a second, but Team 2 right now is about to engage like 3 suspects or 3 tangos at the same exact time. So I just have to ignore anything that's happening on the Charlie side, because otherwise my operators are going to die. So I've just got to take care of that. I've got to ignore what's happening on the Charlie and Delta sides. I just got to trust that they're working out. Whatever they're doing on whatever Team 1 is doing is working out. Now here I notice that there's a tango on the Charlie side, so I just hold Team 1 before they move in to garage number 3. As you can see, because we were able to take out 3 out of 4 tangos before operator 2-1 enters the room, he was able to enter the room safely and take out that last tango. So now that the tango on the Charlie side has been taken out, we're moving team one. And team one is going to start engaging the suspects that are in garage number 3.
Got it. Roger.
And they're going to go ahead and arrest the suspect. In the meantime, I'm going to have team 2 start moving along this hallway. And I'm doing it super slow because I'm trying to make sure that my operators are all in the right position. Another problem that I was having is this center room here usually has a tango. So this situation where I've got the operators from team 1 passing by this window and not getting shot is super rare. They should have at least one operator, preferably operator 1-1 in the red, be facing towards that window.
Holding. Moving.
And now I'm going to have team 2 flow into that center room, walk side by side along the highway and flow into that center room. And this is where I reminded myself, oh, I need someone to look that way.
Holding.
So now I'm just having
Moving.
operator 1-1 or operator 1-2, I'm sorry, hold right there and take out that tango that's in that center room. Now you can kind of see that there's a little red shadow on the Bravo Charlie corner, and I'm okay with that. I don't need to engage it because that tango is not a threat to me right now. My job is to cover team 1, right? Team 2's job is to cover team 1 and make sure that they can arrest the suspect and exit safely and exfil safely. And what has happened before is tangos will come around this alpha side and engage the operators. So I'm kind of just trying to cover them on the alpha delta side. And I had operator 2-1 just clear that room really quickly because there have been tangos in that room before. So now that we have the suspect arrested, I'm going to leave operator 1-1 and he's going to cover that door just in case anyone starts coming in from behind. And now I've got operator 2-2 covering the hallway. And what this does is that if any tangos pass by the hallway, operator 2-2 is going to start engaging them. Now I've got operator 2-1 joining him, and they're going to exit the room in a hooking pattern, but they're each going to hook at the same time so that they're covering 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, right? They're covering alpha side and Charlie side. And that way, if there are any tangos that are right by the hallway, they're going to be able to engage them at the exact same time. And this is where I was kind of confused because until now we haven't seen any tangos in the alpha delta corner. So the fact that he was like hiding there is kind of like, I think that the game like does that on purpose where they don't have tangos somewhere, and then once you go back there, all of a sudden there are tangos. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that. But I don't know. What do I know? I'm not a game developer. I just play a game on my iPad. Either way, this was a pretty successful mission. I think that the only mistakes that I made was I didn't have anyone from team 1 facing the Bravo side and clearing that room that had the windows, because that can be a major threat. So I think that that's the only big mistake that I made. Otherwise, as far as not clearing the house, you don't need to. You just need to cover your bases. If you know where the suspect is, you just need to arrest the suspect. You don't need to be clearing the entire house and putting your operators in risk. at risk and in danger. So overall, I think this was a very successful mission. It was tactically sound. We arrested the suspect. We took down all the Tingos, and we did it all in under 41 seconds. So I'm pretty happy with this mission. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. If you want to see more of these kinds of videos, make sure you subscribe and check out my page. I've got a playlist with just the replays and a playlist with just the breakdown. So if you want to watch either of those, feel free to go ahead and check those out. And if there's anything else that you guys want to see or hear about in these videos, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all in the next video.